You had the day off. You didn't do nothing. You slept in, you sat on the couch, and you didn't go nowhere. But somehow, you're more tired now than you were when the week began. But this doesn't make any sense. But if this sounds familiar, it makes all the sense in the world. Today, we're going to talk about emotional exhaustion and what you can do to fix it. Most people think exhaustion is about physical activity. You worked hard, you got tired, simple as that. But your nervous system doesn't see it like that. Your nervous system doesn't only burn energy when your body is moving, but it also burns energy when you're under an emotional stress or an emotional load. It's consistently managing emotions, monitoring the environment, anticipating future behaviors, looking for problems, and holding it together in front of people whenever you might feel like you're about to fall apart. This is emotional labor. And unlike physical labor, it leaves no visible trace. There's no reason that you can point to. There's not someone that you can tell that I carried a heavy load today, but your body kept the score. What we're talking about is nervous system depletion. Your system has been running hot, and not because of what you did today, but what you've been managing. And you've been managing this for a long time. And rest, most people try and get it as often as possible, but that doesn't always fix the problem. You oftentimes wake up just as tired as you did when you went to sleep. Not without understanding what's draining you are you going to be able to work on fixing the problem. So let's look at what this looks like in everyday life. In real world example number one, we're going to take a look at someone who is up in the morning, they get ready, they go to work, nothing dramatic, no emergencies. They sit at their desk, they answer emails, they talk on the phone, and then they spend their lunchtime with their coworkers, and nothing really looks wrong on the outside. But what most people don't realize is this person has somebody at home that they've got to take care of. Maybe they have a sick parent or a child that's dealing with some sort of mental illness or some sort of oppositional defiant disorder. This person is perpetually looking, scanning, is things okay? How are things with my mom? How are things with my child? Is my husband okay? How about my wife? Is she doing okay? But they are expending emotional energy that's draining their ability to regulate anxiety. They don't call that work. They just call it being a good family member. But in all reality, the nervous system doesn't know any different. It's not able to make the distinction between good husband, good wife, or trouble, or danger, or emotional depletion. Every hour of monitoring, anticipating, adjusting behavior, that costs something. It costs emotional energy. And there's no paycheck, there's no end of the shift, there's no clocking out, and there's no way of getting away from it. By Friday night, that person is completely flattened, and they have no idea why. They just can't seem to get enough rest. Real world example two. Let's talk about this other individual on the other side. This is somebody who's driven, someone who leans into their work whenever they have a problem. They are not failing. They are actually excelling in their life. Things are going well. They're meeting all their goals. They're meeting all their quotas. They're making pretty good money. They're starting to get some of their bills paid off. Things seem to be going fine, but internally, they are running a consistent background process that says, did I do it right? How was that conversation today? Did my boss think that I was lying about something? Maybe that person was upset with me. Maybe I shouldn't have told that customer that whenever they were on the telephone. Did I turn in all my paperwork? Was there something that I could have done better? All of this thinking and cognitive processing is continuously depleting the energy that you have invested in the nervous system. You're continuously scanning the system. You're continuously asking if you did enough, but when all reality, you're depleting the system. Now for how to fix it. I'm going to be quite honest with you. There's not just a quick 1, 2, 3 step cure that can fix this problem. You've spent years of depleting your nervous system. Maybe you've gone days running on very minimal amounts of sleep, and you can't fix that in just 1 week. But what you can do is you can start to understand what is happening, why you're not getting enough rest, and begin to lean into the things that can cause you to have a real change over time. First, we're going to want to name the hidden load. What does this mean? Most people go through their day not knowing what's causing them to be drained of their emotional power. They fail to understand the real concepts behind what's causing this drain. This week, if you're struggling with this, emotional fatigue, write it down. This isn't not a to-do list. Please, not another to-do list. This is a list of all the things that you're having to take care of. I have to take care of my work. I have to take care of my kids. I have to take care of my family, my husband, my wife. I have to take care of people at my church. I have to take care of people at the daycare. I have to take care of people in the you get my drift. There's all of these things that you have to take care of. Write these down so you can begin to know exactly where your emotional input is having to go. Then you can start to rank those by which ones are the most important in a hierarchy. Next, we're going to want to protect one genuine off switch. What do I mean by that? Passive rest. Scrolling on TikTok, playing on video games, watching TV. All of these are ways that your body gets rest. Yes, I can understand that. But the problem is, this does not restore a depleted nervous system. It just pauses it for a minute. It just pacifies it for a few seconds. It avoids the real problem. And by avoiding the problem, it strengthens it many times. So what you need is an activity that genuinely helps you to absorb the things that are causing you to be depleted. This could be something as simple as going for a walk, having some sort of a creative activity, some sort of a hobby, something that is low stakes, that helps you to take a breath, calm down, and let the nervous system know, I don't have to be scanning for everything. I don't have to be anxious for all these things. I don't have all of these worries to care for at this moment. Start protecting that genuine off switch. And third, we're going to audit your emotional labor distribution. Now that you've been able to calm yourself down, you've made your list, and you've put it in a hierarchy, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start going through this list and this hierarchy to see if there's any one thing that you're holding on too tightly that maybe you need to give a grip up on. Maybe there's something that you need to be letting your husband take care of. Maybe there's something that your mother can take care of, or your son. Maybe he can take care of some of these things, and you don't have to be there holding his hand to do it all the time. Hey, I get it. That maybe they don't do it the way you want them to do it the first time, but that doesn't mean they can't be taught, and it doesn't mean they can't learn. So in this situation, if there's other things that people can be taking care of that you don't need to be worrying about, let them do it. That way you can start to shift some of this emotional stress and load onto other people who are better equipped to carry it at the moment because they don't have as much emotional burden as you do. One takeaway, if we get anything out of this video, exhaustion is not always about what you did. It's about what your nervous system perceives and has been managing on a day-to-day basis. It does it under the radar, it does it silently, it does it consistently, and it doesn't take a break. Rest that does not address the hidden load that's put on that nervous system is not going to do anything but delay the results that you want. The real work is figuring out what you're actually carrying and the load that you can push off onto or let go of and not take care of anymore. If this video has helped you to better understand why you're dealing with some of this emotional fatigue and feeling tired and not being able to get rest the way that you should, then please drop a comment below. Let me know. Tell me, what is that hidden load that you're carrying that you wish you could put on somebody else, or that somebody else needs to be carrying that you're having to carry for them? Hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of these next upcoming videos that's going to be coming out, and we'll see you on the next one. You guys have a great day.